The following is a video tutorial on the setting up and the operation of a DynaFlow flow controller in the DynaFlight 3 system. The first thing you have to do is to go into settings and then into system and look at the serial port. We have to connect to the remote controller. And then you can see here about selecting the device, showing that DynaFlow is already connected. In the list of selecting devices, you will see there are different devices that we have for the serial ports in there. In this case, we're going to select DynaFlow. We'll start with hit none and OK, and then you'll see none. Then we go in and select a device, DynaFlow, and then right away you can see that it's receiving packets and it's alive is true and last error is none. So we know we're talking to the DynaFlow. So now to set up the device for the DynaFlow is we go into devices, then we go into flow, and at this particular time one of the things we want to do, as you can see right now, because we actually have some flow going in there, we do see 48 gallons per minute that is flowing in the system. The other important thing is to set up the cal number. The cal number is that how many pulses per gallon is on there. So that one is normally is printed right on your flow meter. If not, if you know the model of it, usually that is published, or you can contact us on that. The other part of this is to do with the pressure sensor. In our DynaFlow we have a digital pressure sensor that'll show you the actual pressure reading on the boom pressure. So if you had boom pressure on, you'd see this right now. The other part to that is the relay threshold. This is the pounds on the boom to start marking. So what happens is the DynaFlow has a relay output that can mark any GPS for on and off. In this case it'll be for marking in our DynaFlow system on the DynaFlight 3. So again, we can set that for whatever pressure we want it to be. The next thing is that with the system you can actually test the valve by changing this to a manual mode, and then you can open the valve and then you can close it, and you should see the valve actually opening and closing. Once this is done, you can put it back to auto. Another part is in the advanced section is make sure it has the electric valve that's on there. And then the other thing is deadlock recovery should be off if you see that there. Okay, so this is for a normal KZ valve opening and closing system, and of course we can see our version of our software here as well. And that's it. Everything should be set to go on the DynaFlow system. The DynaFlow system can also control the flow by changing the motor speed of either a hydraulic pump connected to your flow pump or electric motor connected to your flow pump. So what you do, again, we go back to settings, go back to system, go back to serial port, and select device. In this case we're going to use software and DynaFlow, which means that we're going to operate the system using the software to adjust the actual hydraulic motor speed and the electric motor speed. So we see it's up and operational at this time. Now we go again to devices, flow control, go advanced, and right now there's depends on the setting on it, but they want to change the KP valve on this. its KP number, and that is how fast it responds on it. In an hydraulic system, this will most likely be something in the order of about 0.1. Maximum actuator output. If you find that the pump is putting way too much out that you need, you can actually change this so that way you got a nice range of speed on it. So again, you can control it here. You can go and set output value to this, and this will run the motor at 50% or whatever you want to do. So once that is set, the other important thing, of course, make sure your flow sensor is set to the correct amount for the particular flow meter that you have. And again, the PSI and the relay threshold for that is the same as before. Again, you can do the manual setting and go full speed, and when you do that and open and close, it'll go full speed and then shut off just to test it out. Then go back to auto, and it is now again ready to start your job and get full flow control.